Hello, fellow poolsiders. It is so great to be able to do a Clearpool update for you all. I am excited about it because I absolutely love Clearpool and I love being able to bring you guys videos. And I thought this was well worthy of bringing you guys a Clearpool update. So check it out right here. I actually meant to post this a few days ago, but it has been a hectic time for me. But nonetheless, check this out. Clearpool straight from their Medium, post Mainnet update, and they have quite a few things outlined in this update. So let's get right into it. So for instance, it says, "Dear Poolsiders, a few of you have reached out directly to the team for an update recently, so they went ahead and thought they would let you know it's a good time to let everybody know what they've been up to." It says, for instance, following their launch just over a month ago in regards to the mainnet, which was on March 23rd, by the way, the team has been very focused on delivering the next phase for their product and ecosystem development. Now, I'm not going to read everything, of course, verbatim or anything like that, but check this out, for instance. So like right now on Clearpool, they have permissionless pools, right? If you haven't seen that, you can definitely take a look. But check this out, permission pools. So we have built the framework for our first permission pool, which will be launched soon. That's interesting. I might just do a follow-up video in regards to that because that kind of catches my eye, and yeah, that sounds pretty cool. Nonetheless, on top of that, they say that they're going to have some contract upgrades. So for instance, it says they have accelerated some planned upgrades to the Clearpool smart contracts. This upgrade will allow for multi-chain functionality and real-time interest rate curve modifications. As far as the code, is currently being audited. We like to see those things, and they're pretty on top of that when it comes to audits. The last one, what was 2 different audits, if I'm not mistaken. One was Certic, and then there was another one which I wasn't like completely familiar with, but nonetheless it was super cool to see 2 separate audits. So this part, I'm going to take a little time to just focus on this segment just for a second, and that is the Polygon deployment. This is absolutely huge because, for instance, like you see right here, it says they have successfully deployed Clearpool to the Mumbai testnet. Following the audit on the upgraded smart contracts, we will begin the process to deploy ClearNet to the Mainnet Polygon ecosystem. I personally am actually invested into Polygon. Mainly because it's just one of those plays, in which long term, I was like, you know what, there's so much going on in Polygon and so on. I need to get into Polygon, and it's just a lot faster in regards to the transactions and so on. It's nice to see that Clearpool is not going to just be on, Ethereum. That they also went ahead to get on Polygon as well. Again, if you don't know what Polygon is, I highly recommend you looking into it. Again, not financial advice, but if anything, read up about Polygon. You'll be glad you did. Next, it says the ecosystem development. You like seeing these things from Clearpool, like a whole outline of what they got going on. For instance, this post Mainnet update goes on to mention that they have a very strong growing pipeline of new borrowers, right? Lenders as well that are lined up. They're going to go ahead and accelerate the launch of new pools following the smart contract upgrade audit. So it's just like, getting them all lined up, onboarded, and so on. This is really, really cool seeing this. And then for us, right, the retail investors, right, the staking. It says, for instance, they have been working very hard on fine-tuning the protocol for the native CPOOL staking mechanism. As you know, on the mainnet site, it says coming soon in regards to that. I myself have been kind of like on the fence about like maybe taking like one of my positions, like one bag, and having it staked on their native site, and that way I can get the 100% APR or APY like they were talking about if I committed, I think it's to like 2 years, because I believe in long-term vision in regards to this particular project with Clearpool. But nonetheless, for instance, it says, it's a very exciting product feature that will bring significant utility to CPOOL. CPOOL already has a lot of utility to begin with, and it says it will be very beneficial to those of us who are also lending on Clearpool. I myself am not a lender, but nonetheless, great to see these type of things in regards to Clearpool. On top of it, it says it's still a work in progress, so in the meantime, they as in Clearpool will continue to extend the CEX, which means centralized exchange staking pools, until further notice. I myself am staked on KuCoin. For some of you guys who live outside the United States and so on, you may be staked on AscendX. AMAs. Me personally, I have not been able to attend a live AMA. I've always had to view them recorded because of the time difference. But one of these times, I might just decide, depending on, if it happens to be a time in which, I don't know, I might be home or just set my alarm clock or something like that. Again, they're AMAs. It says they will be hosting, they as in Clearpool, an AMA within the next coming weeks. Their team has been very busy recently, especially during the build-up, of course, to the Mainnet launch that happened on March 23rd, and following the launch to ensure that they maintain the incredible progress and momentum that has been achieved. They understand that we, right, as in the community, have questions, and they have already started to plan the next AMA. I mentioned based off of that. In closing, it mentions they, as in, Robert Alcorn, the CEO of Clearpool, states that he hopes that this gives some insight into what the team has been doing recently. He states that it's only a fraction of what goes on behind the scenes, but everything and all that they do with Clearpool is wrapped in their commitment to building the best product and ecosystem in this space. And then he goes on to mention, so once again, thanks for your continued support, and of course, they hope to see us at the AMA. So, that's a nice outline. One could look at that's kind of like to a sense, like a detailed roadmap, if you will. In regards to everything, it's just really nicely outlined. I love the idea that they implemented Medium into Clearpool. And on top of that, I'm going to give you another update, of course, like to mention with their staking with centralized exchanges. The one with KuCoin, for instance, the 50% APY, that's what I also am participating in with KuCoin. That's where I have all my Clearpool. So yeah, the 50% APY staking pool on KuCoin has been extended for at least another month, and it's going to close on May 31st. So by all means, if you haven't been paying attention to your, Clearpool that's on KuCoin, maybe just double check it just in case if it hasn't been put into the staking, right? You definitely want to move that there, because at the end of the day, if you're just holding on to your Clearpool, you might as well have it staked, and be earning something. So more info on that. And then, again, just on the Twitter in general, they always have multiple updates, like for instance, subscribe on Medium, so on and so forth. So I pretty much covered what I thought was significant news in regards to the post Mainnet update and so on. As far as price action in regards to Clearpool, you gotta keep in mind, I always state this, but it's kind of like, the overall crypto market. It's way down. Bitcoin, man, way below that 40,000 mark. Ethereum is below the 30,000 mark. It's been that way for a while, but I will state this, there's some good news, and I know from the Clearpool, the CMO, a lot of times you don't want me to focus on the amount of holders on CMC, and I get that, but what I am going to state is this: I recognize that this doesn't show it, the most accurate portrayal of holders, because people stake on multiple platforms. It's hard to get a complete accurate amount of the holders, but take a look at this just based on CMC, okay? Give me a benefit out of this. There's 837 total addresses. Now here's where I thought this was significant, because if you know, as the saying goes, when in doubt, zoom out, right? So all this volume from, I guess you could say, the beginning of the year and so on, you know, it's just kind of significant, gone up a little bit, but man, look at this. Boom. April 28th. Look at the difference. Went from 566 to like over 800. Um, you know, yeah, you know, CMC ain't gonna represent all the holders, but just based off the CMC alone, I mean, that's huge. That's really nice to see that for Clearpool. So I did at least want to point that out in regards to that. You know, you want to see those type of things in regards to, like I've always said, you know, more holders means more adoption. You know, more adoption means, you know, leads to things like the supply and demand and so on. So there you guys have it. Just a brief, quick update. I should say super quick, but nonetheless, a post mainnet update in regards to Clearpool. I love Clearpool. Been covering it since day one. First crypto project I covered. I'm going to continue to cover it. Still think it's a great project, and you know, I think the best is yet to come. Quality over quantity, as the saying goes. And the way I look at it is long term. We just got to give it more time for more adoption. It's gonna come. You guys are gonna see some significant things happening. It's already happening, especially with the onboarding and more partnerships, and you know, just more and more, like for instance, the borrowers lined up and so on. Anyway, I don't want to drag this video out too long, but really glad to do a video for all the pool siders out there, and also for people who may be on the fence of maybe getting into Clearpool. Again, not financial advice, but you know, if you haven't checked into Clearpool yet, refer to some of my other videos and so on, and you know, you can get some of the gist of what's going on with it. As the saying goes, do your own research, see if it's a project you want to get into. By all means, read the white paper. You got to, and when it comes to anything, not just Clearpool. So that's it for today's Clearpool update with the post mainnet. My name is Maximus. Like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't done so already. May you all have a blessed day, and we'll see you on the next one.